Let's have a look at how to use OBS Studio, which is a fantastic free program, which you can download, and I'll post a link for this along with the video, to do some screen recording. So OBS is a great program. It's Open Broadcast Studio, and it's designed to allow you in a free way to do a lot of professional streaming and recording features. This is able to do things like multi-camera setups, slideshows, titles over text. It's actually a really useful program, but it happens to do what we want to do particularly well. So we're going to look at setting up OBS for the purpose of screen capture for online lessons. With OBS, OBS works using two primary areas, and you can see them down here, scenes and sources. Now, a scene is a collection of devices or feeds. That could be a camera, that could be an audio source, that could be text over it, you could have a slideshow going, so a bunch of things can live in a scene. And a scene is what it will ultimately record or stream. Now, a scene is made up of sources, and those sources are, like I was saying before, your video camera, your display capture, your microphone. If you have music playing in the background, you can set up all of those things within your scene. In order to record, we'll need to create a new scene. Now, I'm using OBS to record this video on how to record OBS, so you can see that I already have one going. We're going to create a new one, and what you'll see will be slightly different on the screen, but I'll explain the differences as we go. Right now, you probably see two black screens. So let's create a new scene. We're going to call this screen capture. It'll be our first scene and our only scene for what we're doing. And now all we have is this black screen. There's no information coming in. And if I were to transition over to this, which I won't do, you wouldn't have any video, you wouldn't have any audio with it because we haven't added those sources yet. So let's add our first source. And our first source in this case is going to be a display capture. We're going to call this one screen. Make source visible if it's not already clicked, and click on OK. So now you'll see that you have your display set up and this infinite scaling back with the mouse moving. If you don't see the mouse moving, which we'll need for our lesson, come down here and click on Capture Cursor, which should be on by default, and click OK. Now, you probably still have a black screen over here, but you'll see a screen with a red border around it that shows what you're capturing. I have an ultra-wide monitor, so if I were to center this on my screen, it would disappear off of the screen. So make sure that whatever it is you want to work with is properly centered within the screen that you're using. The next thing you're going to have to add, if you do want to capture audio with your lesson, is some sort of audio capture device. It doesn't get one by default. So we're going to come over here, click on Add Audio Input Capture. And if you already have one created, like I do, it'll be down here in the list. If you don't, create a new one, give it a title. We're going to call this one Microphone 2. All right, same thing, make source visible, and you'll get a drop-down list here. Now, I have two mics plugged into this. I have a mic on the headset, and I also have a mic plugged into my Zoom H5, which is what I'm using to capture this one. So you want to make sure you select the correct microphone. If you don't know what it is, you can try them. It's free to try. Worst case scenario, you pick a different one on the next one. And then click OK. And now if we look at our scene, you'll notice we have a microphone and a screen captured into it. You probably still see a black screen over here, though. And if you want to fix that, all you have to do is click on Transition, which I won't do because it'll cut off my mic. If you click on Transition, it'll go over to this program screen. This program is what's being captured or streamed. We're not streaming, so this is what we're going to be recording. The next thing we want to do is look at our recording settings. Now, recording settings you can find down here in Settings, and we are specifically concerned with video. Now, I'm currently streaming, so I can't change this, but you would have drop-downs to make sure that you are recording in 1920 by 1080. Or if you really wanted to, for some reason, 4K, whatever your options are in here. Make sure it is at least 1080, though, or you will, if you're uploading this to YouTube later on, people won't be able to watch it at high resolution, and that may decrease the viewership. Unless you don't have a stable internet connection, in which case you definitely can lower the resolution. From our audio settings, things should more or less stay the same. The other thing we want to look at in our output is where the path or where the files are going. Now, I have them going to my second hard drive in a videos folder. You can set that to be whatever you want. And click cancel. You would click apply and OK after you're done. Now, obviously, where it says stop recording for me will say start recording for you. So click on start recording and your recording is going. Now, whatever it is that you're going to be using, let's say that I'm doing a tutorial here using Fusion 360. I just switch over to my program. do whatever it is that I want to do, move my mouse, do some drawing, whatever I want to do with Infusion. As soon as I'm done, all I have to do is come back into OBS and stop recording. And then when I click on stop recording, which I'm not going to do, it'll stop the video. It'll then automatically save to wherever I wanted it to go. So if you come into your videos folder, when we looked at earlier, you'll see all of your videos by date and timestamp. I would suggest renaming these to be more specific because you will forget what they are over time. But this is the video we just created, and these are some of the other ones I did in preparing for this. And that is how easy it is to set up screen recording within OBS. So good luck to you.